Half the public LiDAR companies are already dead. Velodyne, Quanergy, Cepton, Luminar, bankrupt this December. A Chinese company that wasn't public 5 years ago now owns 26% of every passenger car LiDAR sold on Earth. And the average sensor price collapsed from $75,000 to $450,000. This is what survived. Here's the part that doesn't add up. Volvo just terminated its Luminar contract. The flagship EX90 ships without LiDAR. And Mobileye, the company everyone thought went camera only, still puts LiDAR in its robotaxi stack. The headlines say $50 billion by 2030. The actual Yole 2025 number for automotive LiDAR alone, 3.56 to 3.8 billion. That's the market. 2024 actual, $859 million. Up from a tiny base. Unit shipments 2024, over 1.6 million sensors, more than double 2023. But here's where the volume is. Passenger cars account for 4 times the robotaxi LiDAR sales. The action isn't a Waymo SUV in San Francisco. It's a Chinese $25,000 EV in Hangzhou with 3 sensors on the roof. Look at what happened to price. 2018. Velodyne HDL64. The original spinning can LiDAR on the first Google Street View cars. Price, $75,000 per unit. 2024 China automotive average selling price, $450 to $500. Hesai targets under 200. That's a 150 times compression in 6 years. The Chinese players got there by collapsing the bill of materials and integrating MEMS mirrors and silicon photonic detectors. Solid-state ASP fell over 30% in just 2023 to 2025. The story is not, LiDAR is too expensive. That story is dead. The story now is, which company can survive at $200 a unit? Here's the killer stat. Chinese makers control 93% of the global automotive LiDAR market. Yole, 2025. Top 3, RoboSense at 26%, Hesai at 26%, Huawei 3rd. 2 public. 1 private and uncatchable. And 1 more entrant just hit the public markets, Seyond, HK9921, formerly Innoviz, listed HKEX December 2025 via DSPAC. NIO's exclusive supplier. Won a GAC order. New player, on the board. China NEV LiDAR penetration, 6% overall, 29% for cars over $20,000. That doubles in 2025 as BYD, Li Auto, and Changan integrate its standard. The Western SPAC LiDAR class of 2020 to 2021. 8 companies went public. Quanergy, Ch.11 December 2022. 10 months after listing. Velodyne, distressed all-stock merger into Ouster, February 2023. Ticker delisted. Ibeo Automotive Systems, German insolvency 2022. Cepton, taken private by Koito of Japan, 2024. Distressed valuation. AEye, ticker LiDAR, down over 99% from SPAC peak. Persistent going concern flags. Luminar, Chapter 11 filing, December 2025. The big one. FY 2025 revenue $18.8 million against $429 million in debt. 25% headcount cut. Volvo terminated the contract in November citing failure to meet obligations. Mercedes, still on the books at the bankruptcy filing, but with no go-forward projects. Half the original SPAC class, gone. Now the survivors. They look different. Hesai Group, ticker HSAI on the Nasdaq. Founded in Shanghai. IPO'd 2023, and the SEC didn't delist it through the audit fight. That alone is worth noting. FY 2024 revenue, roughly $285 million. Units shipped, 501,889. Up 126% year-over-year. First profitable LiDAR company globally on a non-GAAP basis. Number 1 global automotive LiDAR by revenue 4 years running per Yole. FY 2025 actuals, released November 2025, revenue 3.03 billion RMB, up 45.8%. GAAP net income 436 million RMB, beating their own raised guidance range of 350 to 450 million. That's not guidance. That's the delivered number. GAAP profitable, full year, ahead of schedule. That's what survival looks like in this industry. Hong Kong, ticker 2498. RoboSense. FY 2024 revenue 1.65 billion RMB, up 47%. ADAS LiDAR alone 1.34 billion, up 72%. Shipments 544,200 units, up 110%. Gross margin 17.2% for the year, 22.1% in Q4. Number 1 in installations globally, 33.5% share per GASGO 2024. Tied with Hesai at 26% of passenger car LiDAR per Yole. Q1 2026, first quarterly profit. Their robotics segment grew 1,459% year-over-year, 185,500 units. RoboSense isn't just an automotive LiDAR company anymore. It's a perception sensor company. 2 profitable LiDAR makers exist in 2026. Both are Chinese. The Western survivors are smaller, technically differentiated, and not yet profitable. But they have anchor contracts. Aeva, ticker Aeva, different physics, frequency modulated continuous wave LiDAR. Measures velocity per pixel directly, not just distance. FY 2025 revenue $18.1 million, record. 2026 guidance 30 to 36 million. Daimler Truck North America, B samples on-road validation done. C samples in 2026. Exclusive long-range LiDAR for series production starting 2027. Plus a $100 million Apollo investment Q3 2025 to scale production capacity to 200,000 units a year. Innoviz, ticker INVZ, FY 2025 revenue 55.1 million, up 127%. Magna is series producing the Innoviz 1 sensor for BMW's Level 3 program. NRE bookings of $110 million locked in through 2027. Cash 72 million end of 2025, runway is tight. Both have a path. Neither is profitable. Now the most important debate in the industry. December 2024. Tesla ships FSD version 13. Hardware 4 cameras at 36 frames per second, full resolution. End-to-end neural net. Camera only on production cars. LiDAR used internally only for ground truth validation, never on the vehicle. If Tesla is right, every public LiDAR pureplay is roadkill. But, Mobileye, ticker MBLY. Their chauffeur stack still runs LiDAR plus radar plus camera. The 2025 VW Uber robotaxi partnership uses Mobileye stack, with LiDAR. Mobileye plans to remove safety drivers in a U.S. city in 2026. IQ shipments 2025, over 37 million units, FY revenue 1.89 billion. Waymo, all of China's robotaxi fleets, Apollo Go, Pony, WeRide, every single one of them runs LiDAR. Tesla is the outlier. Not the rule. This is where the real money lies. The sensor stack adjacents. Mobileye, 1.89 billion in revenue, the volume leader. Onsemi, ticker ON, number 1 supplier of image sensors to the automotive market per Yole 2024. FY 2025 revenue $6 billion. In a cyclical down year, but still the volume incumbent. Sony Semiconductor. Over 40% of global CMOS image sensor share, targeting 50. Their 2025 ISX038 is the industry-first simultaneous RAW plus YUV automotive sensor. Indie Semiconductor, ticker INDI, FY 2025 revenue $214 million. Strategic backlog, $7.4 billion in design wins. SOCs for radar, LiDAR, ultrasound, and computer vision. AMS Osram, listed in Switzerland. Q1 2025 revenue €820 million. Automotive over 50% of revenue and growing. If the camera-only thesis wins, the adjacents win bigger than the pure plays. 13 names now. 3 buckets. Pure play LiDAR survivors, HSAI OUST, Aeva, INVZ, RoboSense 2498 Hong Kong, and Seyond 9921 Hong Kong, the newest public entrant. Sensor stack adjacents, MBLY, ON, ANDI, AMS Switzerland, Sony. Robotaxi platform plays, these benefit from any sensor architecture, GeoGL via Waymo, MBLY again, BIDU via Apollo Go. Notably absent from buy, LAZR, LIDR, listed but distressed. Watch their bankruptcy outcomes for cheap real asset acquisitions. Most likely path through 2027. Pure play consolidation accelerates. Probability around 70% that one more Western pure play either delists, files Chapter 11, or gets acquired distressed by 2027. China share grows from 93 to 95%. Profitability migrates from the pure plays to the sensor stack adjacents. Watch 3 signals. First, Hesai 2026 GAAP net income sustains above 500 million RMB. They delivered 436 million in 2025. Can they hold it as prices fall further? That's the durability test. Second, Luminar bankruptcy outcome. Sale to a strategic, liquidation, or recapitalization. The disposition price tells you what physical LiDAR assets are worth. Third, Aeva Daimler Truck 2027 SOP slip. If C samples push past Q3 2026, the FMCW thesis loses its anchor. Catalysts to watch: positive, Mobileye safety driver out by year-end 2026. Negative, a second profitable quarter that fails to close, RoboSense Q2 2026 is the test. Upstream, silicon photonic detectors, MEMS mirrors, VCSEL lasers from Lumentum and AMS Osram. Downstream, robotaxi fleets, ADAS mandate vehicle programs, autonomous trucking. Personal analysis only. Not investment advice. I'm Big Z, follow me, see you in the next deep dive.